We're about to be reacting to a woke company instantly implodes after firing based VTuber and bending the knee to Twitter freaks. Happens more than you think. I'd say it happens a lot more than you think, actually.
Here. So as the quote in this screenshot
Wait, I'm
says,
gonna I'm gonna go back because I didn't get to hear the intro.
hey, what's up guys, here. So as the
Yeah.
quote in this
Hi, hi,
screenshot
hi.
says, what a way to start off a Monday.
Mm-hmm.
That's right, we have another example of a VTuber merch related company completely imploding because they wanted to prioritize virtue signaling on social media, bending the knee to a bunch of activists who are hounding
I didn't even know there were just VTuber merch that sounds so dumb. I don't know how to explain it properly. Like, of course, I know VTubers have merch, and I know that they likely work with companies to get said merch out. But I always thought you had to be a lot bigger to do something like that.
one of their talents who they have now fired. And they fired this VTuber because they said the oh so crazy statement, among others, that men can't get periods. Yep, that
Oh my god. That is the most blasphemous statement I've ever heard in my life. Men can't get pierced. Oh my god. Oh my god.
is something
She really said that.
so
Which is
controversial
horrible.
and so damaging, they were fired from this company, Waifu Wares. And not only did they bend
Wow.
the knee to these activists, they eventually lost their spine as well and have deleted all their related posts and gone private. They did all
Doing both is absolutely insane. Here's what I believe. If you believe something, at least stand on it. And that's what I try to do. Like, if I believe something, I'll try to stand on it completely. How are you gonna say something, make an entire statement, and then delete it?
of this for nothing. They're basically Jellywig squared, right? They bend the knee and then they chicken out and they look absolutely terrible. Now, unfortunately, this is the subject of this harassment campaign. Yuki Waru, who's already gained hundreds of followers, and I'm sure after this video they're gonna gain a lot more as well. And that's how this whole thing works, right? These VTubers get deemed problematic, they get punished for having the wrong think, and everyone thinks that's going to squash their career, but it always has the opposite effect. The Streisand effect takes place and they gain a ton of support because it turns out the Looney Tunes on social media are not the average VTuber fan. It's the exact opposite, actually. And you would think this company would be grateful, especially a small company like Waifu Wares, who had a talent like Yuki here, who sold out their most recent shaker with the company. But nope, Waifu
That sold out? Oh my gosh. I was wrong. Maybe these things are a lot. Maybe these type of things are a lot more popular than I thought. I would have never expected that to sell out. Not because it's bad quality or anything, but I just would have never thought that. Wow.
Waifu Wares thought otherwise. And as you can see from their description here, Waifu Wares is a UK based company that sells waifu related products at affordable
Waifu.
prices. Yeah, UK based company, more like UK soy company, am I right, ladies and gentlemen?
Yeah.
But
Okay.
jokes aside, it's not too surprising when you look into this company because their mission states that they're not driven solely by profits. Yeah, clearly, you're also driven by activism and bending the knee to a bunch of people who are never going to support you in any sort of a tangible way whatsoever. And this is actually the VTuber who began the entire campaign against Yuki. Their name is Kat. This VTuber would make this post right here.
Oh my gosh, the demon horns. I never would have expected it. Never in my life would I have expected that.
Saying literally felt my stomach turn watching
She
through this
felt her
video.
stomach turn.
Ew.
Okay.
Never thought I'd see the day I get involved in drama publicly, but I feel actually sick to my stomach knowing I once called this person friend. Felt it
Wait, okay. So first of all, one question I have to ask is, how much of a friend are you with someone if you have no idea of their views? Like absolutely no idea. How are you that good of friends What are like? Let's be honest. They were probably just content friends.
Was worth sharing as a PSA. And
Maybe
what they're linking is a YouTube video
they were probably
apparently
just content friends.
exposing Yuki as some sort of terrible, awful person where they have these incredibly transphobic views. And guess what? This is a snapshot of the things she said. Brace yourselves. You're about to hear some really crazy statements.
Yeah, whatever. I'm ranting. I'm going full unhinged right now. It's those men who are becoming women who say they get their periods. There was like a questionnaire of a guy saying they get their periods, but they don't bleed. They just get like cramps and stuff. Fucking excuse me? Fucking excuse me? As a girl, as a woman who bleeds down there once a month is literally on birth control. These people are out here like, I identify as a girl, therefore, I get my period, and I...
Because that makes the most sense in the world, guys.
Can get pregnant. Now you fucking can't!
Okay, wait. Wait. I didn't hear pregnant at first. I did not hear pregnant at first. Yo, okay.
You can't! Like, fall in love with whoever you want to fall in love with. But when you're at a pride parade and you're in full, like, BDSM dog wear...
Oh my gosh. Speaking of that, if there's a video on that topic, I should really watch it because it's despicable. Especially because they take young people there. It's so disgusting.
Greeting kids, there's something wrong with you. If you're a teacher teaching kids to be transgender, to transition, to be gay, to do
that, by the way, goes back to the basic logic video we watched like a couple minutes ago.
that
It's like the exact same thing, just BS, really.
So young, there's something wrong with you. Let me tell you, growing up, I was a tomboy. Like, I thought I wanted to be a boy. I wanted to be like my cousin. My cousin was a boy, and I thought he was the fucking coolest. So I wanted to wear boy clothes like him. I wanted to have short hair. I wanted to do sports, like shit like that. I just wanted to be like him. I thought I actually wanted to be a boy. And, you know, my younger sister, Sister Waru, copied everything I did. So therefore, she also thought she wanted to be a boy. If what is happening today was happening back then when I was a kid, I probably would have been, I don't know, in some form of transforming as a child.
Yeah, she got very lucky. Because it's very likely it would have happened, in my opinion. Unless her parents just would not have allowed it. Like, you just can't, like, I don't understand. I feel like the people that say that younger people can do this, they're just like undercover preds, in my opinion. They're literally just undercover preds. That's all they are.
And regretted it. Because I love being a girl.
Yeah, so this person feels sick to their stomach and has let go of their former friend because Yuki stated, among many things, that men can't get periods, that making being trans your entire personality is cringe, just like anything else in life. Also, that they should...
It's the same thing with literally everything, by the way, from your sexuality to your favorite. For like making anything your entire personality is just weird. They're acting like it's just with being trans. No, it's with literally everything. Making something your whole personality in general is just cringe.
Leave children alone, and that teachers and other trusted adults should not be trying to transition, aka groom, minors. And also that she was a tomboy when she was raised, and she is thankful she was not raised in this current era where she might have been led into decisions she would later regret as someone who's very proud to be a girl. Now, of course, a lot of the replies are not going the original poster's way, saying, based, if you don't have a uterus, you can't get a period. Watch his video, no lie detected. How is it phobic? She's stating facts. Well, they're fact phobic. okay? Uh-oh, Streisand effect. Stop trying to destroy someone's career or character for them just stating something factual. Just because your opinion disagrees with theirs doesn't mean they're not allowed to have one. It sounds like they were only your friend when it was convenient for you.
The same people that will call you fascist, by the way.
Are you genuinely effing insane? Do you have a link? I need to drop her a follow. It's rare to find sane VTubers anymore. Most of them are virtue signaling hats like you. Now, of course, there's other people who disagree with the previous sentiment, saying
As always.
a list of problematic topics that were raised, including going on a rant about how trans women don't get periods. Apparently, that is problematic to say. And, well, it was enough to get them terminated. Among, many other people complaining as well, but Waifu Wars bent the knee to these people, saying, what a start to a Monday. Just to reiterate, we do not support the use of AI art, nor do we support transphobia, with some of their rules. And yes, AI was also a part of this. You know how these Looney Tunes feel about AI art? They think it's literally worse than offing someone, right? So that was another part of it, but
hear more backlash over having some AI art than doing some crazy stuff. It's kind of funny.
it was really the transphobia, the supposed transphobia, that they're really upset about. Now, of course, they don't directly mention her in this post, but it's very obvious based on the context, and also additional context like this, where a post tagged Waifu Wars, saying, you fired Yukiwaru for daring to say that men shouldn't have periods. And, well, they untagged themselves from that post. They actually saw this.
You can do that. You can untag yourself from a post.
And manually untag themselves, clearly pretty affected by this. They didn't like this. They didn't like that their actions have been highlighted by users like this. But before they went down, they shared other classics like this, saying, I want Waifu Wares to be an inclusive and supportive community, until you think the wrong way. Like, I've built this up for nearly 4 years to kind of preach those values. Business? You're supposed to be a business? Oh, okay. I can't control actions of others, sadly, which is very true. And then this person also says something true, saying, no, but you control how you react to them. All right, we're cooking. What's next? Proud to see this is how. Glad to be a part of this wonderful company. Oh, again, they're just so close to understanding. Yes, you cannot control the actions of others, but you can control your own. The problem here is that Waifu Wares responded very embarrassingly.
They had the most horrible reaction they could have. Like there were endlessly better reactions they could have had to this whole thing.
To the actions of someone else. They bent the knee to a bunch of activists, whether it's in their company, which clearly they're not doing that much for them in the first place, or it's people who are not a part of the company, potential customers who never had interest in the first place, and the people who might have been are completely disgusted by their reaction. But let's not overlook the reply to that statement by Waifu Wares, saying, I don't harbor any ill will to anyone. Everyone has their own views, and that's fine. I respect that. But when it comes to business, yada, 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 they can't support it. Yeah, they really do support other people's views until those views contradict their own. And when it comes to Yukiwaru's views, well, that's not something they can respect. And for the record, she doubled down, okay? She is not afraid of her beliefs. The VTuber who made the original call-out post shared a Discord screenshot here of a private message between the two, saying, just curious, is this actually a clip from your stream, referring to the clip we saw earlier? And Yuki says, the thumbnail is clickbait, but I said what I said. I said nothing wrong. I said my opinion, and being flamed. And this cat individual says, oh, honey, that's not clickbait. That's pretty effing accurate and disgusting. Yes.
Wow. So I think it's kind of funny. She got the messages, the private messages, and posted it just for clicks, really. Like there was really no reason to do this besides for clicks and to get I'm forgetting the word, but to get agenda points basically. To get like points for being a part of this thing.
Being called disgusting by the people who have an issue with someone saying leave kids alone is absolutely diabolical. But of course, what happened to the post? Well,
That's by the way one of the only problems I have with the trans community. One of the absolutely only problem. Like just the blatant predatory activity that they don't even hide. That is like, if you're an adult, do what you want. I can't stop you. But then when you're going for people that are young, it's like, what are you doing? What are you doing?
my wife
You're making your whole community just look horrible. And then if it was an isolated incident, it wouldn't even look that bad. But no, there's a lot of them. There is a lot of them.
Darling Straub here had a very interesting experience. I saw this happen in real time. She came to me and was like, "Oh, you might be interested in this situation." She's like, "Check out my quote." And literally within minutes of her quote, on a post that had been up for nearly a day at this point, they blocked her instantly and then they deleted their post. Now, I'm not much of a narcissist, but I would like to believe they might have seen what was coming here and they tried to flee the scene of the crime. But unfortunately for them, it makes them look worse because not only are they bending the knee initially, now they're not even standing on business, right? They're spineless. They're not even standing by their decision. They're immediately nuking their post the second they get any sort of backlash or fear backlash. And it's always this: everyone's gangster till it's this tweet has been deleted, which leads to really funny screenshots, like people quoting the now deleted announcement saying waifu wears.
Okay, and the thing I don't understand is if you believe this so much and you know that you're right, why are you deleting the tweets anyway? What's the point in deleting it if you know you're right?
Continues to be the absolute GOAT. W waifu wears. And here's this reply here: preach it. And of course, this is now behind a private account saying, "I want waifu wears to be an inclusive and supportive community like I built up over the last 4 years and to kind of preach those values." And here's another one saying, "Thank you for being amazing. We need more companies like you around these parts." And waifu wears says, "Thank you, Captain. Always gotta look out for the homies." Now, who's this individual? Because they're involved in the final wave of this video, which is people virtue signaling
The first thing you see once you click on the Twitter is bait, by the way.
and trying to
First thing you
blacklist
see.
people and trying to basically ruin their career over this situation. And you have this VTuber, again, a small following VTuber who decides they have the power to blacklist people. So this was their quote to the original call-out post saying, "Wake up. See my new merch partner talking about how they don't stand for transphobia and have cut ties with someone. Confused. See this video. Someone making awful transphobic rants with merch company products all over the video."
By the way, that was the most tame thing you could have said, by the way. She didn't even say anything. That was very tame. To be called a rant, that was tame.
Oh yeah, that's how you get blacklisted fast. I'm glad individuals like this have the confidence to believe they can blacklist anybody. It's literally just peak narcissism, but what do you expect? But here's another part of this arc here where we have this artist who apparently made the model for Yuki. And this was their reply saying, "I'm the artist of her model, and I was friends with her for years. I'm also non-binary." Hearing her say this stuff was a punch in the gut, on top of her using the model to create AI
Friends for years, but you don't know about her. Like, okay, so I think that's maybe believable, but I don't see how you can be like. That's why I'm saying maybe. I don't see how you can be actual like friends with someone and not know their views on something after years. Like you don't have conversations. That's why I think when they say friends, they don't even mean real friends. They mean work friends, realistically.
Images. I'm absolutely devastated by what's happening. And then the original poster says, I'm genuinely so sorry. I was feeling literally sick to my stomach, sitting there trying to process what I saw as a friend. I can't imagine how this must have made you feel, considering the way they're acting on top of all the AI stuff with your arts. I hope you're okay. Yeah, you can see two friends lost over this situation. Like, clearly you knew nothing
Quote unquote
about this
friends.
individual if this came as some
Exactly.
sudden shock to you. And you know what? Good riddance.
Quote unquote friends.
Get rid of people like this. Filter them. These people were lying in wait for the moment you expressed 1 ounce of wrongthink to publicly disavow you for clout and activism on social media. But of course, the thread continues with the artist saying, I'm not super okay. It's a literal nightmare. It doesn't even feel real somehow. Seeing the screenshot of her doubling down as well, I wish I knew how we got here. It's just a gut punch and another gut punch. I'm not sure what to do yet aside from crying about it. Literal first world problems. You see someone with a different opinion than you, and you're crying about it and disavowing them publicly. Insane. Literal nightmare, by the way. But then someone says, wish it were possible to revoke her rights to use the model. And the artist does a shushing emoji, implying they're going to revoke the rights of Yuki to that model. Which, by the way, if you don't have any sort of...
I believe that, by the way. I believe they will definitely go there.
breach of contract.
That's why you don't work with people like this. You really have to know who you're working with. Eventually, I would like to get my own model, but I have to be very careful with who I'm working with on this whole thing. Very careful. Because you have all, like, there's just so much bull that could happen.
That happened here. Ooh, this is a really, really bad move. So, unless there was some terms in the contract that would bar her from continuing to use this model, I would highly suggest not doing this. Okay? And even if you have the right, should you?
Definitely.
Is that really the best solution here? Because you're angry about your friend having wrongthink, or heaven forbid, using AI. Now all of a sudden, you're going to revoke their right to using the VTuber model. But of course, you can't stop the virtue signaling. After making the replies, they would make a separate post saying, I'd like to ask people to use the current situation as grounds to spread kindness and awareness. Trans people struggle, yada, yada, yada. And they list a bunch of organizations. And one of them is Mermaids, which is an organization that targets children, which feels really relevant to this entire...
Keep in mind, that's most people's only problem with this whole thing. Just the deliberate targeting of children. It's their only problem.
Clip that got Yuki in trouble with these people, because this trans charity has routinely targeted minors. In fact, they admitted that they were selling binders to not young people, as this article suggests. No, it was children, including children between the ages of 13 and 16, without the knowledge of their parents or guardians. Thank you to this previous user for proving Yuki's point. You literally proved one of her points from her transphobic rants. Incredible. But of course, let's go back to this part. I want to use this situation as grounds to spread kindness and awareness while threatening to revoke her rights to her model. But also, this is another reply where someone says, respectfully. She's right, sorry you're lost in life right now, but you will find yourself, I'm sure. And the artist says, respectfully, go F yourself sideways, which is a very interesting way to spread kindness, is it not? But then this user points out something very obvious here. Also, at least I'm a man of my word. How about you?
That's my favorite way to spread kindness.
And of course, you can see that they quit Twitter and now they're on Blue Sky. And just like every other Blue Sky user, they always come crawling back to this platform they think is so evil. But don't worry, they're also active on the insane asylum that is Blue Sky, where they're making posts like this saying, remembering why I stopped using Twitter, I feel sick. Imagine getting to the point where freaking Powder, oh, they lumped in Powder because apparently she replied, Powder
Who is Powder? I wonder who that is.
agrees with your stance and takes your side. Hope it was worth it, Yuki. Hope you are proud.
Never heard of Powder.
Narcissists, first world problems, delusions, it's all here, ladies and gentlemen. Like, literally log off of social media if you're this fragile. That's a genuine piece of advice. That's my kindness to you. You seem way too invested emotionally in things that should not make you this upset. That's my advice. But yeah, very interesting situation, ladies and gentlemen. And as you can see, Yuki Waru is reaping the benefits. And of course, I'll put a link to her Twitter account in the pinned comment and description as well. Feel free to give her a follow if you like her takes or you want to check out her content. That's the only valid response to a situation like this, at least on my end. But, oh yeah, also, there you go. But anyways, that's going to do it for this video. If you enjoyed, please consider...
That will do it for the video. As a matter of fact, that's my last video. I'll see you guys later. Tired of streaming. I'm tired of this, grandpa.